make this shelf for the graphic 45 embellishments, we will need, I am using a thin chipboard. This is 1 millimeter. You can use the black one from graphic 45 also. And we will need 8 pieces that measure 4 and 15/16 by 4. These are going to be the short size of each drawer. We will make 4 drawers. Now, we will need 12 pieces total that measure 5 by 4. 4 of them are going to be the base of the drawer, and 2 of them are going to be the long sides, and we will be sticking everything on top of the base, so we can start assembling the drawer. And if I remove here just a tiny piece, this is going to fit. Yes, it is. Okay, now this piece needs to dry a little bit, and we will cover it with the next pieces of paper. We need a long piece of black cardstock. I mean, this is the Scholar big sheets of cardstock, or I don't know the proper name, because this measure 14 inches by 5, and in the bottom I made my mark at a half an inch to the upper side, and then I made one mark at a half an inch here. Let me tell you exactly. I made one mark at a half, 4.5, 9.5, and 3.5. Why? Because next I will add the glue in one of the 5 inches wide sides, and this will be here in between this second mark and this third mark, and of course align it with this line, a half an inch line we have here, and this is going to wrap the rest of the box, not the front. I am going to wrap the back of the drawer and 2 of the sides, and the front, for the front I am using this beautiful paper that measure 5 by 5, and also I made a mark at a half an inch from the bottom to the top to stick. Then when this is all wrapped, we will have a half an inch gap here and here of the paper, and then this is going to be here in the front. Okay, and for the bottom we need a piece that's measure 4 and 15/16 by 3 and 15/16, and that is going to be here. But first we need to let the glue dries a little bit more, and because I am going to remove this, I don't want any bulkiness below the paper, and then we will continue with this piece. Okay, now we can start. I already removed all the masking tape, and I will be adding the glue here, and I like to use this brush. This is silicone brush, so because it's easier to spread all the glue on the surface. And if you don't have one of these, you can use also a credit card, an old one of course, and to spread all the glue. And this glue I added a little bit of water because it's so thick, and I don't know, I feel it is easier to use it with a little bit of water. Okay, now my base, it's going to be aligned here between this second and third mark. Okay, let me try to align it here and clean it first. Completely flat. And now here we just make a cut here in straight, like so, in all the four. Now we need to cover the front, and for that I already have here my mark in the bottom, the 1/2 inch, and the way that I am going to do it is in this one. I will add in the side edges a little bit of this glue because this is thicker. So now I will use this. I mean, that's what I am using, but you can use the glue, it's better for you. For attach these pieces, I already made 3 of these, and I will show you how to make these pieces. This is again in chipboard, and this measure 2¼ by 1¼ okay. I will be using this beautiful washi tape to cover all the edges, and the way that I like to do, I am going to show you. I add a little bit of glue in this way in both sides. Wait, let me clean myself a little bit. And now it's important to press and be sure this is really stick here. Okay, now the first piece of this, I just eyeball it where I want it, and when I am sure where I want it, I just pinch a hole with this in here. But in order to try to keep everything even in the same distance, here I have one marked already, you see. Well, I will use this as my template to put it on top of the other one in this way. Now it's going to be easier to pinch here, and I assume this is going to be in the right position. Okay, now here is the other. All right, now to center this piece, what I did, because we have here 5 inches, I made a mark here at 2½, and then just trace the line here, and then this is 4, so at one mark here at 2, and at 2 here again, okay, and make my other line. It's not easy for you to watch the lines, but with a lot of difficulties I am watching here my cross. So I make a mark here also, because this is 2¼ and this is, let me do it in this one. So what I am going to do here, because this measure the width is 2¼ I will make a mark in the top at 1 1/8, and maybe this is not going to be really easy to see, but let's try 1 1/8. And now in the sides, because this is 1 1/4, our mark is going to be at 5/8 of an inch in both sides. This paper has a lot of intricate design, so as soon as I can see 2 of these, one short and one long side, it's going to be easier to attach this piece. And then what I am trying is to align this mark with this line, as well as here and here, and that's it. Then I'm going to just punch a hole here, and here I got my holes. Now I am going to erase these marks right now. You don't need to erase all of them, only the part that is going to be visible. Now, to be sure it is aligned, I am going to use this. These are tin holes, and I like this because the legs are really long, so we can easily use two pieces of chipboard, or maybe one thick piece. So now with this, I know exactly this is going to be, you see. But first I need to add my glue to stick this. Before we continue with the shelf, we need to fill with papers inside the drawers, and I already did off camera three of those. Okay, I am going to tell you the measurements of the papers, the name of those papers. I mean, maybe you are going to use a different paper collection, but I will tell you how much it's measure each one of the papers, and also how to score it to make hinges and everything. Okay, let me put this aside. Okay, we will need 8 pieces that measure 5 and 7/8 by 4.5. We need 8 pieces that measure 3 and 7/8 by 4.5, and 4 pieces for the bottom that measure 4 and 7/8 by 3 and 7/8. The big ones I score at 1.5, but probably you will fit exactly here because we will cover everything with glue. It will be bendable, so we can adjust it here. Okay, but in the bottom I score at 1/2 inch also, because we want to make hinges to cover all the where the chipboard meets in the sides, and the side with the bottom, and that is going to reinforce the structures of the drawer. Now, when you crease all the lines, I am going to cut here in an angle. You can see this, and these are the insides, and these are another 2 of them. It's going to be in this. Okay, now to make the structure, we are going to need This is now 2mm chipboard, okay, because I want this to be sturdy, and this measure 10 5/8 by 8 3/4. Now we will need 2 pieces to go in this way that measure 10 5/8 by 4 1/4, and then we need 2 pieces that measure 8.5 by 4 1/4, which are going to be here, and this it's going to be in the center. This measure 10 7/16 by 4 1/8. This will be in the center, but first I will try to make a mark here in the center. This is 8 3/4, so my center, it's going to be 4 3/8. 4 3/8 of an inch. This 4 3/8. In this way we can make a line here just to be sure where is the center before we attach everything here. Okay, so now I am going to start with, this will be the last one. I will start with these 2 pieces. There are going to be one in the top and the other is going to be here in the bottom. Okay, I think I need to remove just a tiny bit in one of the sides of this piece that measures 10 7/16 the width, and I am going to remove just, well, I am not sure if this is 1/16. I think it's less than 1/16, and I prefer to took off a little bit, and if I need to remove more I can do it, but if not I need to cut an extra new piece. Now this fits easily. I already cut these 2 pieces, and I am not sure if this is the side. No, I think it's this one. Wait, I made some marks trying to find the center here and here, so that's why I will try to align it in this way. I think that I don't want to add so much bulkiness inside, but I want to put some hinges. First I will use this to cover all around, and then we can continue with the inside. And now I will cover all the inside with black acrylic paint. Okay, the last step we need to complete is now cover all around the shelf itself, and I will give you the measurements of the papers to fit in this size. Okay, we need two pieces. I choose this is from Patterns and Solids, and this measure 10.5 by 4.25. You need two of these because I will be using one on top and one in the bottom. If you, because the bottom is not going to be visible, if you want, if you prefer, you can put a black cardstock in the bottom and also in the back. Okay, for the size here, the paper measure 4.25 by 8.5 tall, and I choose this beautiful paper also from Patterns and Solids, and as well as this for the back. And this piece measures, let me tell you right now, 10.5 by 8 5/8. Okay, so I will start with the back, but this is ready. And now we can add in our drawers, and now we can fill these drawers with the beautiful embellishments by Graphic 45. I think I am going to add here all the keys. Okay, we have all of these tags, because they are tags, you can watch here, left, and I think they will be here perfectly, and I am having an idea, so let's try it. Okay, I already made one of the boxes and it's gorgeous. That's well, I made it of camera because I wanted to be sure it works, and yes, it did. So let me tell you how to make, because I want to make another for the other side. Okay, I have, this is the black chipboard by Graphic 45, and it's thin. So what I did, not today because I did it for another project, this is black on black, I'm sorry, I just layered two of them and they're stick, and now it's 30. Okay, so the width here is 4.25, so this already measure 4.25, and the height is going to be 4. You need two pieces because I made already one, and there are going to be two of these boxes in the sides. Okay, two pieces that measure 4.25 by 4. Now for the bottom, is this, no, this is not, let me see, 4.25, what is the 4.25, is this one. We need one piece that measure 4.25 by 1, and two of these that measure 1 by 4. Okay, and I am using one piece of one sheet of cardstock. I got this in Mexico. It's not easy to find the 12 by 12, so I use A4 size. But the importance here is to construct everything. Okay, now in this way, with the sheet in this way, I'm going to stick, as you're going to see here, okay, let me try to close this. I think you can watch here better. Here is one gap, here is the other, and also in the bottom. Now from the other side, I will, now what we need to do here is score all these lines here in between also. Now here in the top, here in the bottom, and here where we have this another flap, we will use the ruler, and we just need to leave a space that this bone folder can pass through the chipboard and the ruler, and mark here. Okay, now I need to make some cuts here. Here I will push my ruler until this side in this way, you see, and then I am going to cut straight till here the bottom. I just want to see how long this piece needs to be, and I am just pushing to the bottom here, and I think I need to cut here, which is going to be around 1.25. So now I will remove this, and now before we assemble this, I already cut some paper to embellish. This is from Patterns and Solids, and this piece measures 4 and not 4.25, a little bit less than 4.25, because this is the width, and the tall height side is 4. So we can start adding this. Okay, and now on top of this, I am going to use one of the 4x3 ephemera cards, and I added also the double layer black chipboard on the back, just to give it a little bit of dimension here. need to remove here. We need to add glue in these flaps. Now we just need to add glue this and turn this inside. And now we can add here all of this packaging, because this can be so useful later. I already add here these long ones, and also these pearls are here, easy to work with. And I am going to add some embellishments here. I got well, I already have this, and I am going to put it here in this drawer, but first I want to make a composition here.